Hey guys, welcome to today's leadership training. I'm really excited to start doing this more frequently and really talking to the leaders within this company. I believe every person has the potential to be a leader, but this topic that I'm going to talk about today really sets those people apart. You know, the leaders from the followers, how to distinguish who, if you are a leader or if you are a follower, and if you can also help produce more leaders, what kind of an impact you will have on not only yourself, but your family, the company, and the legacy you are going to leave behind. So to get started today, I want to talk with you guys about something very real, very raw, and that is finding your purpose, okay? So I want to be very clear here that your purpose in life is not to be a top earner in our company, okay? That is not your actual purpose for your life. But I will tie into how your leadership within this business will affect your entire life and how it will play a role in what your true purpose is. So, getting real. Lately, I have been questioning what my purpose is. You know, I feel like as a leader, you get to a certain point where you say, what else could I want? What else could I put on my dream board? What else could I possibly ask for? It's so strange how leaders are usually the ones to lose the way faster than anyone else because we get doubtful as leaders. We think, are we really doing what we're supposed to? And all of those thoughts come in as to, you know, how could I possibly want more, or how could I ask for more than what I've already been given? And so we get to this point where it's very difficult for us to find, why are we here? What is our actual purpose? And how can I implement my purpose into what I'm doing here in this business? So I've realized when you get to a certain point as a leader, it is no longer about you. And that is where it is difficult to find what your purpose is, because no longer is it about you. It is about taking other people to where they want to go. Where are they longing to go? And it's you helping those people get to that point, okay? So leadership and the idea of being a good leader comes to mind a lot. That's something I think about very frequently. And same with my legacy. What kind of a legacy am I going to leave behind? What am I leaving behind for my children and their children? What kind of an example will I be leaving behind? You know, what were we able to give? What time and resources were we able to spend with people? And the more I think about this, the more I realize, where else could I do what I do here? Where else could I give what I give? Or could I help develop people into leaders? Where else could I do that besides here? And so your purpose, once again, is not necessarily to be a top earner or a top leader within our company. That is not your ultimate purpose. However, this vehicle of network marketing, of It Works, can be what helps you fulfill your ultimate purpose. So let me help you guys understand this a little bit more. When people hear, let's say my story, for example, okay? And I hear, oh, that's a wonderful story. Oh, you know, I went from struggling to pay bills. One of the key points in my story was the night that my card declined for a $2 pack of wipes. And the feeling of defeat that I had, and then finding this business 3 days later, joining this business and it completely changing my life into where we are now. Everyone sees the glory, right? But they don't really know the story. They don't see the rejection. They don't see the sleepless nights. They don't see when people quit on me and how I wanted to quit the next day. You know, no one sees all of that. They see the glory. I saw a little of how I was able to overcome some things, but for the most part, you know, no one else was there besides me, besides my family. No one else saw the daily growth that took place, or the person I was when I started to the person I am today. No one else but you and maybe your family. No one else sees that. And now when I got started, I will say I was a huge bundle of fear, okay? There is definitely a roller coaster that goes on within network marketing, and I was definitely riding that roller coaster. So what I mean by that, Anytime somebody would join my team, I was excited, woohoo, I'm here for life. And then somebody would quit, and then, oh man, I want to quit. And I literally would quit for a couple days. And then somebody would join or something good would happen. Then here I was right back up the roller coaster. And then something would happen and bang, I wanted to give up. Okay. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. And that was a roller coaster I was on, definitely in the beginning. I did not really know what my purpose was. It was very easy to be driven by emotion. There were so many days that I was so willing to walk out on my dream because of that temporary disappointment. I was so willing to give up what my future had in store because someone said no. And it wasn't until I was driven by my why, by my purpose, that I stopped being driven by that temporary fear, that temporary disappointment. And that is why I wanted to talk to you guys about this today. Now, to me, what I have realized years later, what my purpose is, to me, this is my purpose. My purpose is to help other people live the life of their dreams, to leave a legacy of love and giving and compassion to not only my children, but their children and so on, to develop other people as leaders and to bring out the best in them. And I am now so clear on this vision that I know if I quit, I'm not just saying no to me or to my dream. I am saying no to my team. I am saying no to their families that will be impacted. I am saying no to my future team, people that I have not even met yet, I will have lifetime friendships with. I'm saying no for them. I am saying no to my family, to other people's family, and essentially, I'm saying no to what God's plan is for me. And that's like me telling him, I know more than you. I know what's best for me, when in reality, we all know we don't. So just remember, when you say no, you are saying no to your purpose. So we all need to get to a point where we are driven by our why and not by that temporary disappointment. And remember this, other people's blessings are tied to your obedience. And anytime I think of this quote, I love that quote, but anytime I think about it, I think of Mark Pentecost, our CEO. What would have happened if when he felt this desire, this need to start up this company, and everybody was saying how weird of an idea it was and how dumb of an idea it was, what if he would have listened to them? Think of all the lives that would have been impacted by that one choice of his to start this company and to not care what anyone else said and to not care what anyone else was doing. He knew what his purpose was. And so he had his blinders on and he was laser focused and he knew what he was going to do. And he saw a vision of what was going to become of this. And I can tell you right now that what has actually happened is far greater than what he even imagined this company ever becoming. But I think of him because my blessings that I have received have come from his obedience to listening to what he knew he needed to do. My blessings were tied to him, and my obedience is also tied to other people's blessings. Other people are blessed because of this business. I feel I have a very strong responsibility to be obedient to what my purpose is. Now, I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about a story from the Bible, and whether you believe it or not, if you don't, that's okay. But this is a great leadership story, so I really wanted to share it with you guys and just kind of tie it into how we are when it comes to being obedient to what we know we need to do. And this is a story of Moses and the Israelites. Moses was a leader chosen by God to lead the Israelites out of slavery, out of Egypt. God himself showed him and the Israelites the promised land. Now, can you imagine just for a moment being shown a promised land for you? How different would our lives be if we knew what our purpose was, without a shadow of a doubt? But the uncertainty is what builds our faith, and that builds our character. And all of that creates us into the leaders that we are supposed to be. So there is a reason we are not shown exactly what we are supposed to do. It takes faith, and that is a very key point to this. Now, back to the story of Moses. There were many times on the journey where it seemed very unpromising. Along the journey, they faced many pressures, many disappointments. And again, that is something I think all of us can relate to. But the problem was every single time they faced a pressure, they wanted to go back. They wanted to go back to what was, but the problem there is that was slavery. You know, and it makes you think, was slavery better? No. But that's all they knew. And they were very comfortable there. And that is, again, something I find us doing. We camp in the place of complacency. We want to go back to what was because it's comfortable. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone. I can remember many, many, many times sitting on the floor, laying in my bed, crying to my husband, I just don't want to do this anymore. Life was so much easier before I joined. And you guys, let me tell you, is it easier to not know how you're going to pay a bill? Is it easier to not know, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can pay for wipes this week. I don't know if I can buy my child formula. That is not easier. I don't know if I'll see you this whole week because you have to work X amount of hours. We never get to spend time together. You guys, that is not easier. Being stressed out constantly because of money and having that cause many more issues within our family is not easier. Satan wants you to believe that, but I promise you, where I was not where I was supposed to be. So just like the Israelites, many of us take 2 steps forward, then we take 1 step back. And anytime we face a problem, we take a step back. And how many of us have done this? You know, when times get hard, we want to blame the company, we want to blame our leader, we want to blame the upline, when we don't take responsibility for what we have control over. And what was supposed to take a 40-day journey, you guys, ended up taking 40 years. And that was all because of their reaction to the situations that were put in front of them. And the saddest part is, most of them, including Moses, never made it to the promised land. So it makes me wonder what would have happened if they focused instead on the promise and not those temporary disappointments. What would have happened? And now I want to ask you, what if you were shown your purpose? You know, just for a moment, imagine God taking you by the hands and saying, my son or my daughter, I have plans to prosper you. This is what I have in store for you. This is what your life is supposed to look like. And he shows you your purpose and your legacy and everything you are supposed to leave behind, the person you are supposed to become, the leader you are supposed to become, how you are supposed to impact others, how you are going to help build up more leaders, the love you are meant to give, and the life you are meant to live. And all it would take is for you to simply listen, obey, and to keep persevering when times are hard. And he shows you he is putting you at the top of this company for a reason. Because of the time and the resources you will be able to give, and because of the people you will be able to impact because of where you are as a leader within this company. Now, what if he also shows you all of the disappointments, all of the hard times? What if you also saw the people that were going to say no, the discouragement times that you were going to have, and all of those disappointments? If you knew your purpose, would you allow those temporary disappointments steal from your destiny? Here are a few questions I have for you guys. Number 1, what would a life of limitless opportunity look like for you? Number 2, if time and money were no object, where would you live? Number 3, how would you give? Number 4, what would your children's lives look like? If you have children. If not, what would your future children's lives look like? Number 5, what would your leadership look like? And number 6, what kind of legacy would you leave? So guys, I want you to be very clear on your purpose, because if not, it is so easy to just walk away, to go back to what was, to camp in the place of complacency. And so today I really want you guys to pray and ask, go in a quiet place and really think about these questions. And remember, it is never too late to passionately pursue your purpose. If you are breathing right now, you have a purpose. God has a plan for you. And everything aligns once you are clear on your purpose. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will be sharing many more leadership trainings with you in the coming up weeks. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you guys really took note and realized how important it is that you are here and there is a reason for it. You have a purpose, you have a reason to be here, and I want to see every single one of you fulfill that purpose. So thank you guys again for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.